Ladies and gents, hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Roots Talk, a flagship podcast of Hello Meghalaya, the state's first OTT platform. Well, my guest this episode clinched the Miss Multimedia title and also secured a spot on the top 7 at the Femina Miss India 2024. Well, armed with a postgraduate degree in political science, her academic work revolves around master's dissertation on the Matchaprang movement and its impact on the Khasi gender dynamics. Well, as part of her modeling career, she's worked for some of the top brands that includes Jade by Monica and Karishma, and she has also been featured on the Delhi Times Fashion Week. And I'm thrilled to announce that she is here with us in the studio. So without further ado, please welcome the riveting, the effortless, the Femina Miss India Northeast 2024, Miss Angelia Marwein. Welcome to the podcast, Angelia.
Thank you so
First
much.
of all, can I call you Angie?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, you look absolutely stunning.
Thank you so much.
On
You look
pictures
stunning as well.
and in real life. How are you doing, darling?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Let's start with my first question, which is when we talk about a political science student, that's the obvious question that you've heard a million times probably. Then you jumped into modeling and then into pageantry. These are all different fields altogether. Give us a little bit of context.
So, I never really wanted to study political science. My aim was always to be a medical student. That is what my mom has set. A life route for me that, you grow up, you become a medical student. But I was kind of rebellious like that.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do medical. So that's how I ended up taking arts. And then I was like, okay, let me just dive into the realms of political science because it is interesting. And I would want to do something about it later on in life because
Correct.
I've always wanted to be an ambassador or, to the UN or maybe work in UNICEF, something like that was the
Wow.
aim.
Yeah.
But it's not going anywhere right now. And then after that, I shifted to modeling because most of my friends, when I was growing up, they were like, oh, you'd be such a good model. And I never really had the confidence to actually accept the fact that, okay, yeah, I can be a model maybe. But then when it came to a new set of friends that I met when I was doing my master's, they really pushed me. And they were like, you can do it, you can do it. And I was like, okay, fine, I will just try once. I tried once and it was really nice. So after that, I tried first in Shillong. I did one fashion show. After that, I had some confidence. I said, okay, maybe I'll just try outside. So I sent my Polaroids outside and then I got a call back for a great show. And I went to Mumbai. And then after that, I started the modeling thing. But then the shift from modeling to pageantry was a complete different thing for me because I never really thought that I would be doing pageantry or anything. But
How did that transition happen then?
it was just, honestly, I just got scouted for Miss India and they wanted me to do it, but I never really wanted to do pageantry because I didn't really like pageantry because I used to think that it's something that objectifies women at that point.
Interesting,
But,
yeah.
Yes, but it changed my mind when I was actually doing it. They say that these pageants, they empower women and they give women confidence. Yes, it does. Because when you're training for the entire program, for the pageant, it really, really helps you to build your confidence and everything. And now I'm sitting here right in front of you. It's because of that thing, or else I wouldn't be here. Because
I can feel the energy already,
yes. I have been struggling with confidence and I have been looking down at myself. I never really had this confidence before to actually step into the realm of, let's say, even public speaking when it comes to, because I am a political science student, it comes with that. So I would be really, really nervous whenever I had to give presentations or anything. But I think that also shaped me into a very, I can say, not that great orator, but somewhat.
Yeah.
And then after that with modeling also. And then when I got into pageantry, it really changed my entire perspective of pageantry and I'm really glad I did it.
Wow. So let's break all of this one by one because I like the way you think. There's this eclectic way of looking at life, and what I like about you is that you take risk, and here you are, like you said. Otherwise, you won't be able to be doing this at all. You've never imagined it in your life.
Never.
Political science. I'm a journalist myself. Talk to me about why is political science so intriguing to you?
It's just how, the system works. I mean, political science is mostly for me. I see it how you use your mind as people, how you use your mind to run the entire government, the society, and everything. And that was really interesting because I really wanted to learn how to, be a leader one day and
Correct.
lead people into just doing things for the society and everything. I really wanted to do that, and that is also one, I would say, one reason why I wanted to do pageantry, especially Miss India World, because with the Beauty with a Purpose that they have, I really wanted to work on that very well. But it's fine. I mean, I didn't get it, but it's still okay. I did. They did give me the title Miss Multimedia because I created an impact because of the video that I've uploaded on the Beauty with a Purpose scheme and everything.
Who was behind that video?
Behind the video?
In the sense, who made the video? Did you make it yourself?
Yes,
you made
I
it yourself?
did.
Okay.
Yeah, I had an entire crew, like the camera set and everything.
I asked
but
because...
the idea...
Please.
Yes, the idea was mine. I wanted to speak on environment and sustainability and everything.
I asked because your interest is not just in like political science, you love cinematography as well.
Yes,
Talk to us a little bit about that aspect.
So I've always wanted to work as a camera crew. I've always liked editing and taking pictures, although that is slipping away from me a bit now because I'm not really in
Because now you're
anymore.
in front of the camera.
Yes, I'm always in front of the camera, not behind the
Correct,
camera anymore. But yes, I did love, for me it was art. I say that I'm a very artistic person. I've always wanted to act, and I am getting a chance to act and everything now, but yes, cinematography and photography was something that spoke to me mostly. So yeah, I really wanted to explore in that realm as well. But yes, I chose political science instead.
So now that you're always in front of the camera and you know what happens behind the scenes as well, what's more interesting to you, being in front of the camera or behind it?
I mean, I love being in front of the camera. Before, I would not say this because I was a very shy person. I would be as in the corner as I can be.
Trust me, when I started, I was like this. I was like shivering when I was in front of the camera for the first time.
Yes, I can relate to that because for me, standing and speaking in front of a crowd was a very, I would say I would be very scared.
Correct.
Up to a point where my throat would dry up and I'd be like, oh, I need water now, I can't do this. But after that, when I started being in the camera, when I started modeling, and then when everybody was like, oh, actually, you are actually very good at this. And then the confidence, slowly, it came. Yes, it built up. And then after that, I was like, maybe I am actually good at this. So maybe why not give it a shot? So I went with it and I guess it's working for me now.
Speaking of modeling, there's this video, like your catwalk, that literally went viral on social media. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about it?
Honestly, about that video I was practicing.
I saw it was very campy, and I mean campy in the best way.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
yeah.
It was practice, honestly. So we were rehearsing for I think it was the subtitle award ceremony. So we had to do a whole show and everything. And honestly, I didn't even know that somebody was taking a video of me.
Okay.
And I was just grooving because there's music and they were playing Macarena, so I was
and you were
dancing
in your
and
element.
Everything. Yes, I was just having fun and somebody captured it and it was a beautiful moment. So I was watching the video and my friend, she told me, why don't you upload this? It's nice, it's very quirky and it's so you. And I thought, okay, fine, I'll just upload it. And I had no idea it will go.
And you didn't anticipate that it would be such a big hit.
No, I did not.
Would you consider yourself to be A-list best catwalker? If there's a word like that.
I don't think so.
No, seriously, because people on the internet started comparing you to Gigi Hadid and of course Kendall Jenner.
I wish that I could be like them. But yes, I will say that I am not bad at the walk thing because I did train a lot for it. So when I started initially, my walk was very sad. If you look at my walk from that time that I started, now it's so
Well, I saw it. I felt it was very fashion TV, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a compliment.
Yes, that is why everybody liked it because they said that it's giving the old supermodel era.
Because see, I even before this interview, I was talking to my team. We can't fool the audience anymore. So what we see, we buy that, and if it's fake, I will not take it at all. So if I don't see a good catwalk, it's just I won't appreciate it. But if you see one and that to my own people doing it from my state, so we kind of like proud, and no wonder it just blew off the roof. Now, once you get into modeling, why, before we get into how you broke that spell wherein you can't move on from being, because you were very shy, from what I've learned from your previous interviews, and then now here you're seeing this confident young girl in front of me. When you jumped into modeling for the first time, of course it was not you, your friends have asked you to do it. Why was there this fear when you already have the looks, when you already have the height? Why was there, why was that fear there?
Honestly, growing up, I was never really this person that would be the center of attention of everybody. I would try.
Even while you were in school?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was a very quiet, shy kid who would just read her books and, pass the class, and nobody would notice. But as I grew up, and I think it also depends on the friend circle that you
Very
have.
true.
So when I was in school, I did not really have as many friends as people usually do when they're in a girls' school. And
True.
actually, I was in sports also. So if you're in a sports community, you tend to have lots of friends. But I would always keep to myself. It was when I started doing my masters, is when I met my, you say, true friends. They actually they look at me, and sometimes I do think that, oh, actually, why are these people friends with me? I'm so weird. And I know that they also think that, why are we friends with her? But it's just, they just get me, and they've really pushed me. So even when I was doing my masters, I really struggled with mental health a lot.
All right.
And it was really hard for me to just get up in the morning and get to class also. And these were the people who'd call me, like, if you don't come to class now, you see what will we do to you today. And they would really push me to like, do it all the time and not give up. And looking at them, I was like, okay, they're so full of life, even I should try to, like, because they're trying on me. And if I give up like that, then it will not be great from my side. So when they started showing that, and then I was like, okay, fine, even I will have to push through this. So after that, when I met them, they know me in a way.
You're still friends with them now?
Yeah, she's right there.
All right.
So they've pushed me in lengths where I know that I can do this, but they believed in me more. They were like, you can do it. Even when I went for pageantry, honestly, I did not tell my friends that I'm going for a pageant. I told them I had a shoot in Guwahati and I'm going for that. And they were like, okay. And they found out from a reel. Okay, so my makeup artist, he uploaded a reel, and it got viral, that reel also.
True.
And everybody was like, oh, you're going for a pageant and everything, you didn't tell us. And I'm not sure that I'm going to get selected, so I'm just doing this for fun. And then after that, when I got selected, everybody they were like, okay, fine, now we'll have to make a plan, we'll have to
Correct.
do this, we'll have to help you to do this, to speak, to how to wear clothes, how to sit, how to talk, how to everything. So they were there all the time, and they really pushed me. And not just my friends, my family also. I mean, my family has not really been that supportive in everything that I've done in my life. But when I actually got selected for Miss India, my mom, I was so surprised when she was like, okay, do it.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, is this really happening now?
We'll come back to that.
Yes.
First of all, when you talk about what's bothering you, so that means you say mental health.
Yes.
And this is one aspect that is bothering a lot of youths at the moment as we speak. I was just doing some research, and then I'm surprised to know that everything has a trigger. It has a trigger. I won't react, you won't react until unless there's something that's triggering us. And it's just so fascinating to know that there is bipolar, there is borderline personality disorder, there's you name it, right? When you say mental health at that point, what were you struggling with, if you don't mind me asking you a very personal question?
I think since I was really young, I didn't know it back then, but I have been struggling with ADHD, I guess. And now that I know about all these things, then I'm actually
You're way more aware of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am aware about it. And because of that, sometimes I would get really energetic, and sometimes I would just be very down.
True.
And I thought that I was struggling through depression, but I was actually also, I did get diagnosed with depression and everything when I was really young. I still remember I couldn't sleep. So
I love your honesty so much, yeah.
Yes.
Just continue.
This is very unfiltered.
Come on.
And also, so when I was really young, I was not being able to sleep. I would sleep with my grandmother, and I would just lie on the bed and I'd be like,
And how old were you then?
Thought,
How old were you then?
I think I was 11, 12.
Okay.
Yeah, and so after that, my grandma was like, okay, this is getting bad, so let's take you to a doctor. And when we went to the doctor, he gave me like a sleeping pills and whatever to help me. But then he told my grandma that maybe she's struggling with something. So we did try to get therapy back then, but that time I think there was lack of awareness that, you know, my grandmother would not really know about all these things. And that time it was really kind of a taboo to speak about all these things, so nobody really gave that much attention to me. And I felt like as I was growing up it was getting worse for me, because for me mostly it was nobody would understand me like that, because I have had a very bad childhood, let's say,
I'm sorry to hear that.
when it comes to family and family matters like that.
Mm.
But then as I was growing up, it became really, really bad. So that's what impacted me as a person. I was not as confident because I would think that, oh, I don't really have it in me. Because nobody was there to actually, you know, lift me up and say that, oh, you can do it. I was always on my own, and plus I'm an only child. I never really had siblings or anybody who'd help me through this. I was always on my own. So that's why it was a struggle back then. And finally, when I understood that, okay, this is the problem that I have been facing my entire life, I actually tried to seek help. And I won't say that now I'm also very, very fine with the mental space that I am in right now, but it's getting better.
Wow, who's sitting in front of me right now is this very confident, poised. You've risen like a phoenix from ashes, to be very honest, you know. Another personal question, because from one of your interviews, your dad passed away just right after your audition, and I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, yes.
How have you been coping up with it lately?
Okay, about that. So when I got the news about me being selected for Miss India, that was the day that my dad passed away. And honestly, it turned my entire world, because I never really expected that. My dad was sick for 10 years, but
Right.
he was doing okay, he was fine. And it was really sudden. And I still remember that day I went for a show in somewhere very far away. It was 4 hours away from here. It's in Meghalaya only, but very far. So I was doing a show for IBA, for Kim Ho. And that time, so my mom or anybody didn't really tell me that my father passed away. They just kept on calling me saying, come back home fast, come back home fast. And I was like, okay, Daladab, I'm coming home right after it's done. But then when I was back on the way, then they called me and they were like, oh, your dad passed away, so you need to get home as soon as possible. So I did. I got home, and then after that, I learned that I got selected for Miss India as well, and it was all over the place. My emotions were all over the place.
Bittersweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not really bittersweet. I honestly lost hope, because I actually called the organizer for Miss India and I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore, because how will I do this? It's a very traumatic thing right now, and I didn't really expect this to happen. And they were like, okay, we'll give you 2 days, you think about it, and then you call us back. And I was like, okay, fine. And then after the funeral and everything, I told my mom and my aunt, I'm not gonna do this, let it be. I don't feel like doing it anymore, because I did not really heal from the fact that my father passed away. And after that, so my friend, my makeup artist, he was in Delhi. He flew back, and then he just knew that day that my father passed away. After the funeral, he came back, and he was very happy that I got selected for Miss India, because we've been working really hard for it.
Right.
And after that, he came, and then he's like, it's okay, let's just do it. And it was so hard to convince me. I was like, I don't want to do it.
Obvious,
and
it
then
was
my
obvious,
mom,
yeah.
I was sleeping. I still remember my mom. She came up to me. She was like, it's okay, do it. It's fine. You deal with this emotions later. Just do it. Give your best.
There you go. You had all these strong women, your mum, your grandmom, your aunt, yourself, to fight probably the hardest battle anybody would, and you took that leap of faith.
Yes.
I think you should give yourself some credit for that.
Yes, I do give myself some credit. And after that, it was quite a struggle, the entire journey for Miss India, because right after that happened, when my mom and my aunt, everybody said that, okay, you just do it, because you started it, now complete it. So I went with it, and I still remember I told myself that no matter what happens, I'm not gonna cry or be sad or be anything. Not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna work till I reach the final day.
That's what I
So
want to
yeah,
tell
I did
people
it.
here, that what you see on Instagram, what you see, probably what we see about you doing the entire the entire process. In fact,
Yes.
your heart was broken, but
Yes.
still you had to put up a show.
Yeah. It was actually that, but it was not bad. So before I went for the actual journey, we had a boot camp, and in that part of the preparation, it was really hard because I would think about it too much. And then later on, my friends were always there for me, though. They were always there for me. Even my family. I mean, it was really hard. Miss India journey is very, very hard. Trust me, if I'm saying this, if you can survive Femina Miss India, you can do any pageant.
Very true. Very true.
It's very, very hard because the journey, especially the journey, it will impact your mental health, your everything. It will break you. It will, you will actually go mad in staying in the hotel for 20 days. For us, it was less. Back when in 2023, it was 40 days. So
Correct.
you can imagine staying in a hotel for 40 days with 30 other girls. It's very chaotic and very traumatic as well. So, but I did have days where I would not want to do things. I would just want to sit and, cut me some slack and be like, yeah, I don't want to do this today. But then it was just me looking at my friends and my family. They were trying so hard to make this happen for me. And I was like, if they are doing this much, then I should also, right?
Right.
I cannot just sit and be sad all the time. So I did not really, I promised myself that I'm not going to think about this anymore. And I went to Miss India, and the fact that I did not tell a single soul in Miss India that my dad
kept it
passed
to yourself.
away. I kept it to myself. But I did have a moment where I was really frustrated. So it was, I think, 15 days in the pageant, and everybody is very frustrated because someone is not, the dress is not fitting her right, their makeup is not right, this is not right, the photo shoot is not done right. And everybody was complaining so much, and I got so frustrated. I still remember. I went to my friend's room, so I went to Femina Miss India, Karnataka and Manipur, their room. And I went and I was sitting in their room, and I was like, these girls, they complain too much. And then she was also like, yeah, but it's actually true, even I'm sick, I'm this and that. I got so frustrated. I was like, you guys don't even know what I'm going through. I've been going through this. So I bursted out. And then I told them that my father just passed away, and you all acting like this, like for small things, and I have to carry this load inside me, and I'm still doing so great. I'm still making you all laugh, cracking jokes here and there. And then I still remember my friend Apeksha, she's Miss India Karnataka. She just looked at me and she just started crying. And I was like, you don't look at me and cry right now. Don't start right now. And then both of them, they started crying and crying and crying. I was just sitting there. I was not even crying. I was like, please don't do this to me right now. It was such a hard time. I swear.
Let's lighten up the mood a little bit, and I wanted you to cry on.
I'm not gonna cry.
Let's lighten up the mood a little bit, because your father will be very proud of you right now. Don't say hope so. He is very proud of you right now. Some of the fond memories of him that you can recall. Some of the fond memories.
So my father also was a very shy person. He would not really talk to people a lot, but he was a very cultured man. He would read, and his music and everything was so well cultured that every time I read a book, it reminds me of him. He had this huge collection of books. Sometimes when he was sick, I would go and visit him, and I would go just so that I could get a new book from him. And then I'd be like, Pa, I want a new book, I'm done with this. He's like, okay, take this now, you read this. And he would suggest all these things. He was a very kind, very soft person. My mom is something very different. She's the confident, the loud one, the boss in the family. And my dad was the soft, the quiet one. So yes, like he was very empathetic in that way and very kind. And I learned so many things from him in that way.
Angie, let's move on from, I really, like I said, I don't want you to get all emotional. I understand these are things that really, mean so much to you. Let's talk a little bit about earmarks first, and then we'll move on to the Matsya Prang. Let's hear earmarks, because that was something that you were part of, and it has also been a part of your life and you enjoyed it so much.
Yes, I did.
Let's hear a little bit.
So Airmax was, I will say, a cooperative society where we used to work in different sectors. It was many sectors, but main focus was agriculture and tourism. And it was a vision where these kids, they came together, they wanted to make a better, sustainable Meghalaya, which is still in the process, but it's still in the process, although I've left, but
Okay.
some of my friends are still working there. So there was this agriculture department, and they set up these departmental stores where especially me, I would do most of the field work. So I would go to these villages where I would talk to farmers and everything, and I would buy their products, and we would sell their products in our,
Okay.
our departmental stores. It was
Oh, that's
the
nice.
theme was literally farm to shelf. So every day fresh produce would come, and we would sell these produce of the farmers, and we would give them very good rates so that they don't have to go to the middleman.
Oh, that's nice. So you're bridging that gap, of
Yes,
course.
we
Yeah.
were bridging that gap, and they were actually very happy when we did that, because of the middleman, they would not get as much profit as they should. So we were doing that, and we wanted to make Meghalaya a tourist spot, but not in a way where people would come and it'll be too much of the tourism would
Correct.
take a toll on Meghalaya's nature.
Mm.
So we wanted to make what we talked about mostly in the company was about sustainable tourism. So where if they come, we would make sure to educate them about how nature is so important to us, and also we would want to teach them about our culture mostly. So we were still, I think it's still in process. So there's this place where they would want to set up. I think they've not started it yet because of time and manpower and everything. So where we want to introduce old cultural how do I put
Practices?
this? Practices, yes, but like how we play games, like there are games, like traditional games like Skoy and stuff like that, Mapunting and all. They would actually hold competitions.
Okay, you're
for
trying to
that.
revive it?
Yes, to revive
Okay.
the culture of the Khasi people, Khasi
Right.
Jantia Garo people. And so yeah, that was the vision of Airmax.
Perfect. You know what, when we talked earlier, you mentioned beauty with brains. How important is education? Because a lot of people, if not all, feel like it's just superficial, it's just on the surface, it's beauty without brains. Would you agree with that lot?
See, when it comes to pageants, for modeling, you don't really need that much
Exactly.
brain,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm not saying that models are dumb. They're very, very smart.
Yeah.
I've met many models. They were very, very smart. And for pageants, it's mostly you and your experiences. Yes, education is very important, but
That was my follow-up question anyway, but yeah, come on. No, because we have this framework wherein, that's what I was, before this interview, I was home and I was thinking, oh, would Angie be like a question and answer type of a girl? You know what I'm saying? Because, for example, if I say, your pageant question, so I thought you'd give me a pageant
Very
answer,
pageantly
right? But
answer,
it's
yes,
not
yes.
like that. Sorry to cut you short.
No,
Yeah,
it's
continue.
not like that. So, with Beauty with Brains, I would say that it is really important when it comes to education, because I feel whatever knowledge that I have and the experiences that I hold in life, it's because of my education. If I didn't really have to go through, or see, when you're in school or maybe in college or university, those are your years. The experience, yes, you will study, but you will learn most of the things that you are or that you will know in life.
Right.
It's through the institutions, the educational institutions. And I feel that my entire personality, the way I built my personality is because of the educational institution that I went to. And I'm really, really thankful to St. Mary's, St. Edmunds, St. Anthony's. They've really, really helped me. And again, I'm going to come back to the master's, the program. Honestly, if I didn't have teachers like the HOD, my professors, all the professors that I've studied with, if they were not there at that point in my life, then maybe it would be such a struggle for me to actually complete my master's and also to be this person that I am today. Because like I said, when I was doing my master's degree, I was really struggling a lot. But I didn't really tell anybody that I was struggling with mental health. I don't think so. My friends also know that. But I was really, really struggling. It was a task for me to get up in the morning and go to class, and that's how I would eventually end up bunking most of the classes. I would not go anywhere, not do anything. I would just stay at home and sleep. And my HOD was so concerned that he called me and he was like, "What is wrong with you? Why are you not coming for classes and everything?" And I told him, "There's nothing. It's just that, because something is going on. I'm not really feeling that great and everything." I would mostly tell him that I was really, really sick, but I was sick. Back then I was not keeping well because, like when you put too much pressure on your mental health, it does affect your physical health as well. So, but then I felt like my HOD somehow just knew that I was not going through a good time. And he would really make an exception for me. So my attendance was really, really bad, but he would still make an exception. He was like, "It's fine, I'm not going to hold you back from this exam. You give the exam and everything." He understood me so well, and I told Sai, I was like, "One day I'll come back and just, you'll be so proud of me." And I still remember when St. Anthony's
we all saw
felicitated me.
Yeah.
I cried on stage because it was so emotional for me, because I heard my HOD saying that he was so proud of me, and then after that I was like, "See, I told you, no sir, you will be proud of me one day." So if they were not there for me and they would not understand what I was going through back then, I don't think so I would be here. I would still be in a very bad space, I guess.
But I'm glad that you had good friends.
Yes.
You had a very supportive family.
Yes.
Again, people from your college, they've all been there for you as the strong
they
pillar.
are actually my family. The teachers, I'm really, really grateful to them. They've taught me a lot.
So let's talk a little bit, because when you say knowledge, because all of this, obviously you've imbibed all of this feeling, and I mean all of this experience that you've had and what you've learned. Again, the Matcha Prang. Let's talk just briefly about Matcha Prang, and then we move to other topics quickly. Let's talk a little bit about Matcha Prang.
So, how will I tell you? Growing up, I have been in a family where my grandmother was a single mother. My mom had to take the responsibility of me and the family because my father was sick for 10 years. He was bedridden and he won't be able to work. So my mom, my grandmother, my aunts, they've impacted my life so much that for me, being from a matrilineal society was a flex. I would go to people and be like, my state is this, like women are so empowered here and stuff like that. But then when we look at it, and when I learned about the Matcha Prang movement, where when Bas Aim talked about how this marriage act would impact women, it's not about just the boys and the lineage, everything. Right. It would impact women at the end of the day, because when we went for the interview, and when I went to talk to when I was doing my research, when I went to the villages to talk to the people, they did say that we don't really know about this marriage, that we have to register marriage and everything. And what Bas Aim told me, that if you don't register marriage, it's easy for the boys because it's a matrilineal society. The children that are born out of the illegal marriages will not really be called bastards, if I can use that word, because they're not illegal childs. They'll have their mother's surname, right? And for the guy, if he does not want to take responsibility, it's easy for them to just leave the house, and and it is the case in Meghalaya. It is. If you go to households in villages, or even just my locality also, there are
you don't have to go all the way to
everywhere.
The villages, yeah.
Exactly, there are single mothers everywhere, and that really concerned me. And I was like, yes, it's actually true. And I was really intrigued by this movement. So, I mean, the Matcha Prang movement is not really. They've championed a lot of things when they did get this thing about marriage to be registered every time you get married, or if you just they now I think they run a census where people go to the houses and ask about all these things. But before it was not there, and it was really, really bad, because the pressure would come to the woman. Now she has to feed the entire family and everything. There's no father and everything. And with lineage also. So he told me that it's easy for the boys. And in that way, if you go back, there's no sense of responsibility for the boys anymore, because at the end of the day, the lineage will go to the youngest daughter, and the guy is just left easy. you know. They can just sleep around all day, not do anything. At the end of the day, they have to go to their wife's
And you felt very
house.
strongly
Yes.
that this should come out,
Yes.
and you want
Yes.
this to be a thing.
Yes, because it's we talk about how it's very unequal for women everywhere, but it's not just for men also to face this problem, right? So it's not about you give all your lineage to the men or the women. It's about equality. I believe
Correct.
that there should be equitable distribution of property, or maybe, you know, anything, any asset that the parents have.
Right.
It should be like that, because once you put this, it will create a
True.
barrier between siblings, or even when it comes to men, when the sense of responsibility will not be there anymore.
I'm glad that you saw that, and you're all out there fighting for it. One thing that I want you to clear the air once and for all, and that is, we see nowadays girls especially don't really conform to international standards of beauty. That is
Yes.
weight, height, color. So they're all looking for inclusivity.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
I'm really happy that they actually start thinking like that now, because see, beauty, this is a very famous line, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, and beauty it should come from within. I feel like if you are the prettiest person ever, like good features, tall, very beautiful, like angel like looking, but if you have a bad heart, I don't think so that makes you pretty. So if you have enough empathy and sympathy in you, and you actually work on it and you show it to people, I think you are the most beautiful person ever.
Nice. So now that you're in Bombay, back and forth, Bombay and
Yes.
Shillong, if there are a few differences that you see in how the fashion fraternity is here and, let's say, elsewhere, Delhi or Bombay, what are some of those subtle differences?
So the thing is, what I noticed is that Meghalaya, or let's say the entire Northeast, we have so much potential, but people here are so laid back, and I won't say laid back, they really like this easy life that we've created back here in the Northeast, that they don't want to go out and struggle, because I'll tell you, Delhi, Bombay is very cutthroat. If you don't show up, that means you're out of it.
True.
You have to show up. So I run, whenever I live in Bombay, it's not that I get work very easily. I have to run for castings. I have to do everything. I have to make my introduction video. I have to update with my managers all the time, which I don't do. My manager, if he sees this, he will be like, you don't do all these things. But I do. It's not that I give him a hard time. But it's really cutthroat, I'll tell you. And people back here in the Northeast, they don't really want to work that hard, or I don't really understand. Because once they go out and they face this, they just give up. They're like, oh, this is not for me. You know, like one time you'll get a racial comment, and then you'll be like, oh, this is so bad and everything. But yes, people have come up to me, they've called me so many names and everything.
Oh, you've been through
Yes,
that grind as well?
I've been, especially when I was in Delhi, it was a lot, because people there, they don't really think before they speak, they just say it, and sometimes they don't mean it in a bad way, but you know, it hurts people's sentiments.
But in Delhi's defense, I've been there for
Yes,
15
yes,
years,
yes,
studied
yes.
there and worked there.
Yes.
I love the place so much, and I've
I
never
love
been
the
through
place
all of that, to be
even
very
too.
honest with you, for some reason. So hence I'm intrigued by what you're saying.
No, it's especially when you're in this industry, in the modeling industry, they will look at you very differently, because I do look very different, and in that way it cuts out so many opportunities for me, because I look like this. I don't really look the Indian beauty standard, the way that I am supposed to look, being an Indian.
But that should be your USP now.
Yes, it is. It is actually now. It is, because now India really has become that platform where it actually gives a lot of recognition to the Northeasterns, and because of all the Korean culture that has come up and everything.
That's right. Now you look at the
Yes.
Amazon Fashion Week,
Yes,
or you look at the
yes.
Femina,
Yes.
you know, Bombay or Delhi. Everybody is there. Like every model from nearly every state walks that out. And this is because why? Because the fashion industry has opened up its
Yes.
ears and its minds and its hearts. Designers know exactly what they want. So hence, I'm not saying just because we have to sell something, but because it's something that they already feel that this is an issue that needs to be addressed and put it out
Yes,
there.
yes,
Right?
yes. And I'm really, really glad because now I feel like the doors for the Northeasterns have really opened. It's just that I would suggest people from the Northeast, please go out and seek these opportunities because there are opportunities waiting for you.
Don't enjoy the comfort zone.
Yes, don't enjoy the comfort zone. Go out, go, struggle, make. If you want to be in this field, you have to be able to survive. It's man versus wild there.
And versus wild. I like how you put that.
Yeah.
Before we talk fashion and more style, I just want to hear it from you because this is a compliment. You look really amazing,
Thank
and
you
you
so
won't
much.
just look this amazing until unless there's some self-discipline, until unless there's some hard work that you've put into it. Tell us a little bit about your daily routine. How does Angie maintains herself and what she does to be all prim and proper, if you will?
Honestly, I'm not really that prim and proper to be honest because while I was growing up, I was literally a tomboy. I would not like wearing, I would not even like showing skin. I still
Okay.
remember my aunt, she'll always tease me saying that, remember you wanted to be a nun before? Because I would tell her, my skin is not to be shown to anybody. I don't want to wear something that's, that's showing just this much also. I'd be like, no, I have to cover it and everything. And then I was not this person that I am sitting in front of you right now. I was into sports. I would play, mostly I would hang out with boys and all.
Now it's a
be that-
360
yes,
degrees.
it was literally
360
a
degrees
360
change.
turn
Yeah.
for me when makeup and everything was something. Even still now, I still can't really do very good makeup. My makeup artist would still
Thank God
be,
we have makeup artists.
Yes. No. Today I did it myself. I
You
did
do
a
it
good
yourself?
job, yes.
Okay.
And my makeup artist would still be you. You still can't do makeup. Don't do by yourself. When you have to go to really important events, don't do it by yourself.
Okay.
Fine. Because for me, it was not really that. How will I tell you my routine?
Just
My
tell me
routine
what you
has just-
eat, what you
has
eat,
just
do you
been waking
exercise?
up. Okay, so I was an athlete when I was very young. Since I
Okay.
was very young, I've been into
So you like
this-
the outdoors?
Yes,
Okay.
I trek a lot and I play a lot of sports before. Now I've stopped.
Nice.
But yes, if I get the time, I would still pick up a ball and go shoot, or maybe play football or badminton, whatever. It's still fun for me. So trekking is something that I really, really like, and you know how beautiful our state is. And the moment I get a chance, just day before yesterday also, I came from Sauda. I did a trek and everything was really nice. Although it was raining cats and dogs, it was really scary, but it was really, really nice. So that is how I maintain myself. I don't really gym a lot. I don't really go to the gym. Now I just started. I started day before, the previous day. And I did not go for 2 days.
Okay. Do you feel guilty?
I do feel guilty because I've paid money.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
about it. So with me, the good thing about me is that I have a very good metabolism. So what I eat does not really show on my body.
Oh,
as
that's a
much.
blessing.
Yes, but I did struggle with a lot of acne before. So my face was filled with acne, and I think that is also something that was a struggle for me when it came to confidence, because
Right.
Having a face filled with pimples and everything, you will not be as confident as
Right,
how
right.
other people with clear skin would be. So for that, I had to be really disciplined. So I had to cut out sugar, dairy and everything, and I did for a long time. Now I'd say I do eat. I love dessert, so I do eat, but not very regularly.
In moderation.
Yes, in moderation. You have to keep yourself happy, somehow you'll go insane. So I do eat. I eat home food mostly. I do eat outside. I'm not gonna lie. I eat outside a lot.
Okay.
My friend is literally a food blogger, so I go with her every day and we eat outside. But I do eat home food as well, so it's a balance. But when it comes to disciplining yourself, if you're struggling with weight and you really want to lose weight, if you don't want to, it's also fine. But it's up to you. See whatever you feel.
Yeah.
So you have to discipline yourself. when it came to me and my acne, I was this child who would want to eat chocolates and drink Coca-Cola all the time, but I had to stop myself. It's like, no, I want clear skin. I would not eat, because at one point I got really, really conscious, because I started modeling and I still had acne on, and that, like everybody would be like, oh, you have so much acne, you have such bad skin, blah blah blah, like that, and it really impacted me. So I was like, no, now I have to make up my mind and I have to get rid of it. And I went to the dermatologist, but then if you don't really clean your gut like that, no medicine will help you. So I had to discipline myself in such a way where my skin would actually look like I've done something. So yeah, that is my routine.
So it's beauty is skin deep at the end of the day, correct?
No, people say this, that it doesn't matter, but honestly when it comes to it does matter, because I know I struggled with it, because I feel more confident when my skin is clear, and that's absolutely fine, I feel, because other people will say, oh, it's okay to be fat or to have acne or to be too skinny, and I have struggled with being skinny my entire life. So people always say that being fat is so bad, we can't lose weight, and we make fat jokes a lot, but then when it comes to skinny people, we also feel the same way. Imagine every day you meet a person and be like, I'm like, no, I actually eat so much, you don't even know that. So I've been dealing with that a lot, and still now, so I can't really gain weight a lot. It takes a lot for me to gain weight. I have to really put myself in a very strict diet if I want to gain weight. So yeah, it's a struggle.
Let's talk fashion a little bit, because the entire Instagram that I went through, I'm sure that's what a lot of people want to see, but then this side of you is very rare, that a lot of people have not heard it before. When it comes to fashion, to you, what's the difference between fashion and style? Then we'll take it forward from there.
Fashion and style. See, fashion is something that is trending, that you go with the trend, but style is what is your own. And I feel you look best when you make your style your fashion.
What is your style?
Honestly, I would rather be here in a leather jacket right now.
Wow, and I love the bandana, by the way, everywhere.
Yeah.
You love your bandanas?
Yes, I love my bandanas.
Okay, and what else?
So yes, I have this. So I was really obsessed with rock music and bikes and everything. I still am right now. So I have this very rock star personality that I think that is my style. So I would wear, combat boots and a leather jacket.
Oh, I like the mini skirt also.
Really?
Yeah, I do. With the boots, with the combat boots.
Yes,
That's really cool, I thought.
So yeah, I do that most of the time. And I was telling Sunoka in the morning, she was like, please wear semi-formals and be presentable and go. And I'm like, oh,
Semi-formals.
I'll wear leather jacket and go today. And she's like, don't do that. Or maybe wait, I'll call them. And I was like, no, it's fine.
How would you define this look right now?
I mean, this is very me.
Okay.
The blazer is not me, of course. I would lose the blazer. But yeah.
Wow, but I like the androgynous look, if you will.
Yes,
I
but
like
I'm always with jeans and tank tops most
Okay.
of the time. This is a very off model duty kind of look that I try to pull off, but I don't know if I'm pulling it off.
So do you wear clothes based on your mood when you wake up in the morning, or does it? It's just Angie doing her thing and knowing her own space. That this is me, and I'm going to wear certain kind of clothing that I'm used to, or it's just that it depends on your mood when you wake up in the morning.
It depends on my mood, because I would say that I actually have very good style. I'm not.
I would agree to that.
I do think that I have
Well,
good style.
I think you do. Well, I think you do.
So it depends. Maybe one day I would wake up and be like, oh, I'm not really feeling it. Then I would wear sweatpants and go everywhere. Sometimes I have a casting to get to, so I'd wear jeans and tank tops and basic clothes. Someday I feel very artistic. I wake up, I feel very artistic, and I'll be like, okay, now I'm gonna whip everything up that I have and create something. So it's always like that. I really like playing with style like that.
Okay. What's your favorite color though?
Black.
Black. Why black? Nothing else?
Not a very fashionista thing to say, but black is, you cannot go wrong with black.
Okay. So if we were to raid your wardrobe, some of the pieces that we would always find there and did not miss out from your wardrobe, what are some of those statement pieces?
I think that you would like it. If you are into leather jackets, then I have a plethora of leather jackets.
Okay, you'll have all of them?
I have brown, I have so many colors and so many patterns and so many designs of leather jacket that it is amazing. I look at my wardrobe and I'm like, I built this.
So when you say that you go and sneak out and then just go to that just so you can find a new book to read, where does your inspiration come from? When I say inspiration come from, I mean doing what you do right now. Do you go to books? Do you go to music? Do you go trekking and hiking?
Yes.
What do you normally do to get inspired? I'll use your words to push you out of bed every morning.
See, mostly I'll say that it's the solace that I get from nature. So when I was really struggling with mental health, yes, music and books really helped me, but then it never really made me feel alive. Music does, but like music when I'm going to a place, then only. But what really helped me was getting out of bed, knowing that, oh, today I'm gonna go tire my body out, I'm gonna go see a beautiful sunset or a beautiful waterfall. That is what really helped me, to be honest, and I look forward to do that till my legs don't give up on me.
Correct.
So yes, it's nature and
So
trekking.
Angie, I don't know about how you deal with, even before this interview we were just talking, how do you deal with criticism, especially when it's not constructive, especially on social media, be it Instagram, be it elsewhere? How do you deal with negative comments? I'm not saying it won't affect you, we're all human beings, it affects all of us at a certain level. How do you deal with toxicity like that and just try to push yourself and say, listen, I'll just have to move on from this, and that's about it?
Honestly, I did have a lot of hate comments and criticisms like that, but at the end of the day, I would think that they don't really know my struggle. They don't know what made me what I am today, or what struggle I've been, having all this time, that that I am here, I'm standing here, at least I am here, you are not here with me, you have not seen my entire journey. I would think that all the time, and honestly I am a very light-hearted person. I don't really take anything that seriously when it comes to all this. So if they make a comment or anything, I just mostly laugh about it.
True.
And it's not been really very worse for me. I've not really gotten a lot of hate. Honestly, in that, I would like to add that, especially during my Miss India journey, I've never really gotten a lot of hate. Mostly, I've gotten so much love, and I was
Does
so
that surprise you?
overwhelmed with the support that I got from Meghalaya. I did not really think that they would support me this much, and not just Meghalaya, the entire Northeast, honestly. Especially when I didn't win few subtitles, they rammed the Miss India page, and even the contestants and the organizers, they were like, "Oh my God, your fans are crazy." I'm like, I know, I'm just blessed like that. I honestly, I couldn't have done it without all the support that people have given me, and the Miss Multimedia titles also is because of that. It was because of the impact that I created, but it was amplified by the people who loved and support me so much. So I'm really thankful for that, honestly.
Interesting. So now that you are here, we know, because Femina is not even a small thing to be at. Has your life changed to a certain extent, or has it always been? It's still the same.
Honestly, my
do you still do your dishes? Probably. Do you still clean your room, or life has changed?
Oh, I do. Honestly, I am, especially living outside in Bombay. I've not really kept like maid or any helper basically. So there's no helper where I stay. I do my own dishes. I had to learn how to cook, and I am bad.
That's okay. Now we can go to YouTube and find all of that.
Yes, but I genuinely hate cooking. I would do
but
other
why?
works.
I feel it's therapeutic.
I know, but for me it's just it gets a lot, and I just get confused and I start burning things. It's not good. Me in the kitchen is not good. So, but then I did try cooking a lot, and now I do know how to cook a bit. And when it comes to cleaning, I have been blessed by my grandmother, who had me when I was growing up. She would make me work
Okay.
So do the dishes, do your clothes,
All of
and
it.
I would enjoy it. Obviously, people when they were young, they would not enjoy cleaning. But for me, it was an escape from studying. So if I'm working, I don't have to study.
True, true.
So that's how I used to cope with it, and I became very good at cleaning. Actually, I'm very, very good in cleaning.
True. So coming back to the pageant, because top 7 is not a joke. We have all these, I'm sure, talented, pretty girls from across India, vying for that top spot. Did you expect to even be there at the top 7? Let's say the first time you entered and you saw all these girls, did you have butterflies in your stomach? What was going through in your
Yes,
mind?
honestly, the first day when I went to the pageant, I still remember I was looking so different from everybody because
You mean way more prettier?
no, it's not that. It's not that. I looked very different
Yeah.
because it's Miss India. Miss India is supposed to be very light and calm and
Right.
a woman with so much poise and everything. And I went in looking like, how would I describe it? Like wearing all black with a sleek ponytail, and everybody is so soft, with white clothing, like very light colored clothing and everything, looking very soft with their hair open. And I think they were scared looking at me like, what is this girl up to? But then honestly, yes, because it's my first pageant ever. I have not done any pageant before Miss India, not even the college ones where the Miss Freshers.
So we won't
Freshers.
count that, yeah.
I would not
We won't
even
count that, yeah.
see. I'm that person who would not even go to these events in colleges. I would not attend because I hated attention. And suddenly I didn't even go for a state pageant. I went for a national pageant directly.
Straight away, yeah.
Yes, and it was quite a leap for me. And I was very, very scared, to be honest. I was very nervous because I had no idea what I was doing. I was just going in with the flow.
But you were enjoying it. You had a great time at least.
That's the thing. People thought that I had a very good strategy, that everything is planned out for me, that I plan this, I do this, I speak like this, I do this. But honestly, I was just having fun.
Okay.
I was just showing everybody who I actually am, especially with the girls. I made really, really good friends.
Right? Yeah.
I did.
So you mentioned at the beginning about acting.
Yes.
Would you, because we see models and everybody who's come out of pageantry, their next step would be probably acting or Bollywood.
I won't really say Bollywood. I mean, I don't mind getting an acting job because I did want to be an actor since I was very young. But that was not really my goal for Miss India. Like I did not really. I had no idea that Miss India actually gives you a way to, get into Bollywood or in the acting scenes or any other platform. Honestly, because to be honest, I was not really that girl who would follow pageants that much. I had no idea who was previous Miss India also. I only knew Aishwarya Rai and Priyanka Chopra, like the very obvious ones. And I thought, oh, okay, like they did something. And I had no idea. If you do a question answer round with me, like about Miss India, the past, I would still have no clue about anything.
Okay.
So I didn't really know that Miss India would, open so many doors for me. But yes, if I would get to act, I would like to pursue.
You would take that?
Yes.
Okay. So if there are other girls also struggling, wanting to be where you are at the moment, but don't have the opportunity or still don't have that direction, if you were to advise them, if you were to give them some wise words of how to at least maneuver their way around to be where you are right now, what would that advice be?
The way you said it, that where I am right now, I feel like I'm still nowhere.
I mean, see, even if it's just modeling, I would say that it
yes.
is where you are right now. In looking at what you've been through, it was a journey, and it's just very successful in my eyes, at least.
That's very sweet of you. But yes, to everybody who's struggling, especially with themselves, because having a struggle outside, like surrounding you, is something. Because you will not blame yourself for everything. You blame, because of this I can't do this, because of that I can't do this, the situation is like this. But if you have a struggle within yourself, imagine you are not being able to do something, and that is what making you feel guilty, and you blame yourself. That is like the worst thing ever. And if you really struggle with that, honestly, seek help, I would say, first of all. And if you really want to get into the industry, the first thing you need to do is believe in yourself and just go for it.
Yeah.
After that, you'll see what happens. If it goes, it's good. If it does not go, also don't lose hope. Keep on trying.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, the industry is very, very competitive and very cutthroat, especially outside. In Meghalaya, it's still fine. I mean,
But not
even-
outside.
Yes, not outside. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Even like the best of the best models, the one who's worked for a long time, they still have to go for castings and everything, So it's very, very hard to make a living outside.
But why do you think is it like that? Why do you think it's so hard to make a living, especially in this line? Is it because the entire nature of the job is short-lived?
Yes, it is very short-lived because, see, modeling and everything, it's on how you look basically, and the confidence that you give out, right? So, as long as you feel like you have it within you, you can do it. But then, with time, as you grow old, it's not really a stable job that parents would want for you or anything.
And what plans do you have then for the future if you say that?
I don't. I mean, see, I still want to pursue my studying.
Yeah.
So I'm done with my masters. Maybe I'll do PhD, I guess.
Okay.
Or
But you still love
something
political
like that.
science anyway at the end of
Yes,
the day.
Yes. I have my masters now. I think I'll do PhD.
Okay.
So we'll see about that.
So I would normally end the interview with that question. However, this time we're doing it very differently. It's a rapid fire. I normally don't do it on my shows, but I want to do it with you. So the rules, well, the only rule is one word answer.
Okay.
You ready?
I don't know.
Come on.
Am I?
Come on. It's just 15 questions, I promise you.
Okay.
Your time starts now. Okay? Easy stuff. Instagram or Snapchat?
Snapchat.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Your favorite Khasi dish?
Jador. Claire.
I said one word.
Okay, sorry.
Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Vintage or new?
Vintage.
One thing you can't leave your house without?
My phone.
Favorite K-pop band?
I only know Lisa.
Okay, fine. Your best well-dressed person you know?
Me.
All right. That's a very honest answer. Gigi Hadid or Kendall Jenner?
Oh, Gigi Hadid.
Okay, I'll also go with Gigi Hadid. Happy or sad? Who's your go-to person?
I'm a very happy person. Happy.
Okay. Your all-time favorite color, which you said is black.
Black.
Beach vacay or a mountain vacation?
Oh, wow.
Not both.
Oh my god. Okay, mountains.
Junk food you swear by?
French fries.
Dog person or cat person?
Cat person.
And finally, homemade food or Swiggy?
Oh no.
Be honest.
Swiggy.
All right, there you go. Angie, it's been an absolute joy to be speaking with you. I thought this conversation would lead into a different direction, but you've opened up my heart and soul and my eyes to a lot of things that I did not know. And I've learned so much from this entire experience, and I hope people who watch this would also feel the same way that I do. I wish you the best of luck. Continue on this journey, and I'm so glad that you came and do this podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. It was really, really nice. I love talking. I yap a lot, so
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.